Some babies, they just go to sleep and never wake up.
It's literally just this mysterious ending of life.
I didn't hear about it. I didn't know what it was.
I could just see his legs hanging out, and I knew.
You see your baby's laying there purple and, got blood coming out of her nose.
I just wanted her back.
The cause of death was SIDS.
Okay, what is SIDS? What caused this?
We have 5 kindergarten classes worth of children dying every year in the state of Tennessee.
They have changes in their cell architecture that's only been described in epilepsy.
We see you and you're heard and your child's not forgotten.
Hopefully we can save a life.
Good evening, I'm Amanda Hara. Thanks for joining us for this special program on WVLT, Wake Up, Babies at Risk. Whether you're a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a caregiver, or a new mother, new information is flying at you all the time. As a new mother myself, my level of fear and anxiety keeps rising as I learn more about a mysterious silent killer. Even though it's the leading cause of death for babies under 1, it is not the lead in many conversations. And what's most alarming, the things you do every day, things you believe to be safe, could actually be deadly for your baby. We're talking about SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, and we're going to talk about it in a way you've probably never heard. We're taking you inside Harvard laboratories as researchers make massive discoveries about what causes SIDS. And we're asking important questions. Do wearable monitors have the power to protect children? Then we're going to take a tour of East Tennessee's grassroots efforts to keep babies safe. It's all part of tonight's special program, Wake Up, Babies at Risk. In the last few months, I've interviewed a handful of East Tennessee families who have lost children to SIDS. All of them say they never thought it would happen to them. All of them say it could happen to you.
Look here. Are you going to smile?
Nothing in this world
Oh, kisses. Thank you.
will fill your heart like the love of a child.
Can you smile?
This is Maverick. But before Maverick was even born, baby Knox arrived.
He was my 3rd baby. He was just happy, healthy.
And that's when Alicia Palmer learned nothing in this world will break your heart like the pain of losing a child.
December 20th, it was just a normal day. I mean, we got up, he was happy. Several hours later, I get the call, there's an emergency. And I actually met the EMT workers. We pulled in at the same time, and they were carrying him out. He was wrapped in a blanket. I could just see his legs hanging out, and I knew it was really, really bad at that point.
Her baby Knox, just 3 months old, died a mysterious and unexpected death while at daycare. The diagnosis was SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome.
Every day I sit here and I think there's going to be a mom and a dad. They're going to put their baby down for a nap, or they're going to put their baby to sleep tonight, and that baby is not going to wake up. That happens every single day.
It did happen again to Courtney and Anthony Singh.
All right, let's go this way, boys. She was pretty much a perfect baby
When their daughter Cassie
until the night that she passed away.
was just 2 months old.
Something woke me up at about 2 o'clock and said, you need to check on her.
He said she's not breathing.
Courtney called 911.
She walked me through doing CPR. So,
EMTs rushed Cassie to the hospital.
And the doctor come in and he just told us that, she didn't make it.
we had plenty of people with us, but at that moment, I just wanted her back. I didn't care, who was there.
SIDS took another life, left another family confused. So what is SIDS? Well, that's mostly a mystery. But we do know a baby is most at risk for sudden infant death syndrome during the first 4 months of life. That's why consistently practicing safe sleep is so important. The American Academy of Pediatrics says that babies should sleep alone in their own crib and on their back, on top of a fitted sheet in a completely empty crib. There should be nothing in the crib with your baby. No blankets, no pillows, no bumpers, and no toys. But still, that may not be enough. For all that we don't know about SIDS, we do know this. It is likely the very moment that a disease we have not identified yet turns deadly. So what's a mother to do?
Hi, this is Alicia with Knox Blocks. How can I help you?
Alicia Palmer started Knox Blocks, named after her son Knox, aimed at helping families avoid heartbreak. Knox Blocks donates wearable monitors that track a baby's heart rate and oxygen level, then send alerts to parents when something seems wrong. Alicia says the device could have saved her baby Knox.
There's a lot of physicians that we've talked to where they truly feel like, yeah, it could have. Just a minute starting CPR could have made the world of a difference.
Even though some experts say there is not a single reported case of a wearable monitor saving a baby from SIDS, but Alicia says there's comfort in knowing when something goes wrong. Comfort that Courtney and Anthony Singh have new reason to want.
I would really love to have an Owlet monitor. Here is a little brief story of why.
September 2013, we finally had a daughter.
She was more beautiful than we could have ever expected.
We took Cassie to church for the first time on November 24th.
We had no idea that would be the last time that we would spend with her while she was alive.
At 2 a.m., he woke up to check on her and she was gone.
That was and will always
be the worst day of my life. We would feel so much better if we could have an Owlet monitor. When I read her story, it was our story. I mean, it was just, I knew the pain that she lived through.
This is the reason that Courtney and Anthony,
You see where she go?
asked Knox Blocks for a smart sock.
Yeah, this is our miracle.
And this is why Knox Blocks said yes.
There we go. Oh, that's a birdie. She has helped heal my heart. Is that Beauty and the Beast?
A new life both mom and dad are desperate to protect from SIDS. Her name is Annabeth Joy. When she's sleeping, she's wearing that monitor, and her parents say they're at peace. And when she's awake,
Yeah, you got everybody now. She is the princess of the house.
the whole family
Look at baby.
finds its joy.
Yeah. You get your other baby? The joy has returned to all of us. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna get you.
Maverick brings that same joy to Alicia. And so does her work with Knox Blocks. In less than a year, it's gifted more than 1,400 wearable monitors to parents across the country.
We truly believe that Knox had a purpose, that he still does have a purpose. And we believe that this is it, you know. We lost him at 3.5 months. And he has accomplished more than most people do their whole life, truly.
And while nothing will break your heart like the loss of a child, Alicia says there's something about trying to save other children.
What is he doing?
That can heal it.
With every Owlet that we give parents a little peace of mind and a little piece of Knox.
Dr. Rick Goldstein is leading that team of researchers from Harvard University and Boston Children's Hospital. He says about 40% of babies who die from SIDS don't have enough of the chemical serotonin in the part of their brain that controls breathing and heart rate.
We take mice and we set them up in chambers, and we reduce the amount of oxygen and increase the amount of carbon dioxide in the chamber. And the normal mouse has a very stereotypic set of responses that are the autoresuscitation. Their heart rate goes up, they breathe faster, they arch, they yawn. They do a lot of things that babies would also do in that sort of a situation. But then you take that same mouse and you turn down the serotonin in the brainstem, and they just lay there and die. That's the difference in an otherwise survivable situation between the child who does die, we think, and the child who survives from those threats.
So something about the serotonin is enabling the healthy baby to react appropriately and recover.
Correct. Absolutely.
That's research that Dr. Goldstein and his team are building on. In fact, in the last 5 years, they've made a startling discovery. Some of the babies who die of SIDS, their brains look alarmingly similar to the brains of people with epilepsy.
40% of infants who die from SIDS, that in that region of the brain, they have changes in their cell architecture that's only been described in epilepsy. It raises questions about whether this is a first-time seizure that's not survivable, that somehow is related to it. We know that when parts of the brain are having a lot of seizures, that there's a local effect on serotonin, and the serotonin levels go down.
Researchers are still looking for all the answers, but the unknown is unsettling. Many parents are now buying products that promise to rouse a baby or sound the alarm when vital signs seem concerning. There are several wearable monitors on the market now. We've heard a little bit about the Owlet. It's a smart sock that tracks heart rate and oxygen levels. When something seems wrong, it sends an alert to your phone. Doctors at the University of Tennessee are working with the bioengineering department on a device they say detects problems much faster than these other products. Dr. Mark Gaylord says that a small monitor fits into the nose and picks up changes in breathing, which he says come much earlier than other signs of trouble like changes in heart rate or oxygen levels. His device is wireless and would do two things at once: vibrate to rouse the baby and alert mom and dad. Those are just a few of the options out there. The ones that are on the market now range in price anywhere from $90 all the way to several $100s. But do they actually work?
There is no evidence of a life saved because someone intervened and the alarms went off sooner.
It's the middle of the work week during office hours, but Brittany Weaver's day job is taking a back seat as she steers her car towards a delivery that could mean life or death.
The thought is, hopefully we can save a life.
Each box contains sleep sacks, wearable blankets for newborns.
Our first delivery was about 400 sleep sacks. It promotes safe sleep. It's taking the blankets out of the cribs, and that's at least one step, to reduce the risk.
Tanoba Hospital delivers the donations to new mothers. Just the type of person that Brittany and her husband Ben are hoping to reach.
Where do I want to reach them? I want to reach them at the hospital before they take the baby home.
Hey! This, though, is far from a random act of kindness. It's a purposeful gesture born from personal pain.
This is the day he was born.
First moment that we laid eyes on him, he was perfect.
Mason Archer Weaver was born on January 6th. 4 months later,
I was in a hurry and actually left and then thought I didn't give him a kiss. And so I came back and I gave him a kiss and sorry.
That was the day Mason passed away.
We believe that the cause of death was SIDS from what
We've covered a lot. There are new rules when it comes to safe sleep. There's groundbreaking research that is unraveling what causes SIDS. And there are doctors right here in East Tennessee developing new ways to prevent more deaths. We know it's a lot to take in and that you probably have questions. We have experts standing by right now. Join us on the WVLT Facebook page to ask your questions and get your answers. My son has acid reflux and has to be propped up while he sleeps, so we use the crib wedge to help him. After hearing you say that they could slide down, what would you recommend?
Not to position them at an angle that actually can make the reflux worse.